Hi, and welcome back to the Math Social. Today we're going to talk all about the vocabulary that goes along with parallel lines getting cut by a transversal. So let's begin. So here is my drawing of parallel lines. A lot of times you will see two little kind of arrows on these parallel lines, and that just means they're parallel. They go on and on in every direction, and they don't ever cross. Okay. Then we are going to talk about the word transversal. And transversal is another line that crosses both of our parallel lines. And when that happens, 8 angles are created. There are 4 angles up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there are 4 angles down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is a lot of vocabulary that goes along with these angles. So let's get to it. So the first vocabulary word that we're going to talk about is the word corresponding angles. So that would mean, like, if I cut out these 4 angles up here and I glued them down here and laid them right on top of these, those would be the angles that would perfectly match each other. So this angle right here would be matching with this angle right here. Those are called corresponding angles. This angle right here would match with this angle right here. This angle right here would match with this angle right here. And then lastly, this angle right here would match with this angle right here. So this is like the upper left angle, and this is kind of the upper left angle of these angles. So it would be the ones that are perfectly on top of each other. And corresponding angles are always equal to each other. So if this angle right here was 100 degrees, this one right here would also be 100 degrees. Let's move on to the next vocabulary word. The next vocabulary word is the word vertical angles. So vertical angles share a common vertex, which is this point right here where those lines cross, but they don't share any lines. So this angle would be vertical to this angle. They're kind of like across from each other or diagonal to each other. This angle here would be vertical to this angle here. This angle here would be vertical to this angle here. And then this angle here would be vertical to this angle here. So whenever we have 2 parallel lines and we have that transversal line that crosses through them, we get 4 sets of vertical angles. And vertical angles are also always equal to each other. These 2 angles here that are green are equal to each other, and they have the same amount of degrees. The angle is the same amount of degrees. These 2 red angles would be equal to each other, the blue one's equal, and the black one's equal. Okay, let's go on to our next vocabulary word. The next vocabulary word is alternate interior angles. But wait, I can make this easy for you. The first word, alternate, that word kind of means opposite. And when you think of that first word, I want you to think of this transversal line. So alternate, that is going to mean on opposite sides of that transversal. And then the second word, interior, I want you to think of the 2 parallel lines. Interior would mean that they're inside of those 2 parallel lines. Alternate interior angles. So alternate would be on opposite sides of this transversal. And interior means inside the parallel lines. So these 2 angles right here would be called alternate interior angles. And then this angle here and this angle here would be called alternate interior angles. So whenever you have 2 parallel lines and then a transversal, you are going to get 2 sets of alternate interior angles. And one more thing to know is alternate interior angles are also equal to each other. So this red angle here is equal to this red angle here, and then this black angle here is equal to that black angle there. And when I say equal, I mean they have the same measurement of degrees, that angle. Okay, let's keep going. You're doing awesome. The next word that we're going to talk about is same side interior angles. Sometimes people call this consecutive interior angles, but both of those words mean the same thing. So same side, just like last time, I want you to think of that transversal line. So same side means both of these angles are either going to be on the left side or both of these angles are going to be on the right side. And then the second word, interior, just like last time, I want you to think inside the parallel lines. So a same side interior angle would be like this angle here and this angle here. And then another set of consecutive or same side interior angles would be this angle here and this angle here. So again, when we have two parallel lines cut by a transversal, you're going to have two sets of same side interior angles or consecutive interior angles. And if you look at these, you're going to notice that these angles are actually not equal to each other. This angle to me is quite larger than this one down here. And actually, these two angles always add to 180 degrees. Same with the red ones. This one here is smaller, this one here is larger, and together they equal 180. All of the ones that we've talked about so far have been equal to each other, so this is the first one that actually adds to 180, okay? Remember that. We're going to keep going. This time, we're going to talk about alternate exterior angles. So just like what I've been saying, alternate means on opposite sides of the transversal, and exterior, that is not going to be in between the two parallel lines. Those are going to be the angles outside of the two parallel lines. So an example of alternate exterior angles would be this angle here and this angle here. Alternate exterior. They are on opposite sides of the transversal and they are outside of the parallel lines. Another set of alternate exterior angles would be this one here and this one here. And if you look at them, these angles are equal to each other. Look at the size of this little angle here. This is an acute angle. That is the same size as this black one down here. And then if you look at the red ones, those ones are also equal in size. So alternate exterior angles are always equal to each other. Okay, we just have a couple left. You're doing amazing. The next kind of angles that we're going to talk about are called same side exterior angles or consecutive exterior angles. So just like last time, same side means they're going to be on the same side of the transversal. So either both on the left or both on the right, and exterior outside of the parallel lines. So that would be like this angle here and this angle here, or this angle here and this angle here. And what you will notice is these angles actually also add to 180. So this angle here and this bigger angle here, together they would equal 180. And same with the red angles. So this is kind of like when we did same side interior. If you ever see the words same side or consecutive, that means they add to 180. Okay, we only have one word left. The very last word we're going to talk about is adjacent angles. And adjacent angles share a vertex, and they also share part of a line. So this angle here and this angle here, those are adjacent angles. Those angles share this vertex where they meet, and they also share this blue line right here. And adjacent angles also equal 180 together. And you can tell that because both of these angles right here lie on this green line, and a line has degrees of 180. 180 is a straight line. So if both of these angles together make a straight line, you know that they have to add to 180. So another example of adjacent angles would be this one right here and this one right here together. And then another example would be this angle right here and this angle right here. And then another one would be these two. They're just right next to each other and they share that common vertex and a line. Okay, so we went through all of the words. I know you can do it. I'm going to quiz you really quick just for fun. So here are my two parallel lines, and here's my transversal that is cutting through those parallel lines. And I'm going to say, two numbers, and those are going to be talking about the angle that those numbers are by, and you're going to try and tell me the relationship between those two angles. So an example would be angle 1 and angle 5. So this angle here and this angle here. What is the vocabulary word that would be talking about those angles? If you said corresponding, you are right. What about angles 4 and 5? What would those ones be? If you said alternate interior angles, you are right. Let's just do two more. What about angles 2 and 8? If you said same side exterior or consecutive exterior, you got it right. Let's do one more. What about angles 5 and 8? What would be the relationship there? If you said vertical, you are right. Good job. I hope this video helped you with your vocabulary words. Feel free to comment and like this video and subscribe to the Math Social. I love seeing you and have a great day.